Hey, a great good afternoon to everyone. Carm Capriato, Aftermarket Weekly, episode 115. Guess who I've got with me? Shari and Jeff Pheasant. Hi, guys. How are you? Good to have you here.
Hey,
Thank you,
Carm.
Carm.
Hey, I don't know about anyone else, but the Napa Expo is going on right now as we speak in Las Vegas, and we're all there. And
We
so
are.
So we are coming to you live on tape, if you will, yeah, to do our great episode here. Glad to have you guys here, A Master Mechanic, Reno, Nevada. So, how's the shop business, guys?
Very, very
Fantastic.
busy. Yes, very busy.
Well, glad to hear it. I can't wait to hear more about it and maybe talk a little bit about your Napa development group. Let's show a picture of the shop. We're going to see a tour of beautiful, beautiful place. Man, I've been looking at that for over 7 years, Shari, since we got to know each other. I just can't wait to see inside. If you're with us on social media at all, even though we aren't coming to you live, we'd love to have your comments and have you give this thing a share, as you always appreciate. This will be out as a podcast this coming Saturday morning. Hey, Dorman is our great sponsor. So glad to have them here. Here's a great message from them. Hey, we all know that fixing cars is different than how the OE builds them. Now, take fuel lines, for instance. Fuel lines run and rust along with the chassis of the vehicle by nature. Now, especially in the colder months, trucks can be exposed to snow, salt, or rain, causing failure due to the corroded fittings, deterioration in the line. Now, to help you in your wallet, Dorman Products' team of engineers have redesigned the typical fuel line. Introducing Dorman's flexible stainless steel braided fuel lines. Made from braided stainless steel over flexible PTFE tubing, this upgraded material features a corrosion-resistant design. Each fuel line is an exact fit with the dimensions of each application. Now, improved durability is the highlight of this new design. This innovation is a Dorman OE fix, which means it's something that the original manufacturer doesn't offer. These fuel lines are quality assured and backed by their team of product experts and more than a century of automotive experience. Hey, want to learn more about Dorman's innovations? Visit dormanproducts.com/tour. Hey, Shari, we did this really cool episode. It was a Town Hall Academy 268 on knowing your strengths. Boy, that was thank you so much for that. That was great. That's one of those must listen to if you've never come to the podcast before and it's your first time. Please find Town Hall Academy 268.
I think we got naked. Didn't we get naked?
Yes, we did.
We did.
Yeah, so
Always.
everybody needs to listen to find out what that nakedness looked like. That would have been a bad sight from me, but anyway, yeah.
It has nothing to do with taking your clothes off. Let's be real. Get your minds out of wherever they're at. It
Thank
has
you for
everything right to do authentic and transparent, who you are from
yes,
the inside out.
that's right, exactly right.
But it's naked.
Shari is also with Horsepower Strategies. It's her company, a great leader when it comes to that. And they build, grow, and inspire company culture from the inside out because it all starts with people. Find Shari at Horsepower Strategies at sharipheasant.com. Business development group with Napa. So you're the president of your local business development group, huh, Shari?
I am. I have been for, I don't know, honey, what is it, 6 years? Something like that.
I believe so. Yes.
And Jeff's a part of it as well. So Jeff is our education coordinator. The two of us really do quite a bit with the group. We really appreciate the value that partnering with other shops like ourselves in the community can actually do to benefit all of us.
Well, I love that. What a great segue. Thank you for this, Jeff. I know you're doing something with the community as it relates to catalytic converters. And
Yes.
listen, I got a little bit of a taste of what he's doing. And if there was any kind of community outreach that you could do that has something that lands directly to the automobile owner, this is perfect. So take us through it.
Well, the way it works is our customers can go to the Washoe County Sheriff's Department.com, and there's a place there where they can enter the description of their vehicle and the VIN number, and then the Sheriff's Department will send them a stencil that goes on the catalytic converter, and then they schedule an appointment with us. They come in. we put the stencil on, and then we have a high heat 2,000-degree orange paint that we spray on there. And then the stencil kind of burns off and leaves the VIN number on there. It seems to deter the thieves when they see that orange catalytic converter. So far, we haven't had any of them stolen in the community. But
I love it. I mean, there's something to do with the community, something to do with police enforcement, which they want you to help. They're probably as frustrated as all get out on these converter thefts. And so somebody quickly climbs under your car. They see this orange catalytic converter with the VIN number basically painted on it.
Well, already I think if they see the bright orange catalytic converter, so far they don't want to touch it. If they take it to the scrapyard, then the scrapyard usually doesn't want to touch it either, because it's marked as material that belongs to a specific vehicle. And so the thieves, so far, it's deterred them to go after those. There's been some of the catalytic converters that are stolen that'll actually total the vehicle. Like on some of the Prius vehicles, they're so expensive that it'll total the vehicle. So it's been a big thing here in our community. I know with U-Haul alone, because we're a U-Haul go-to, we had 7 in one day and 5 the next here recently.
Wow.
Right. Yeah. And honey, wasn't it right before you did the story that brought it out in the community for the catalytic converters, U-Haul, and you came up with an idea to spray theirs as well, bright orange, and it says property of U-Haul. So that deters them. So you can do this with your fleet. You can do this in the community. It's a way that we can stop rewarding people for stealing what doesn't belong, because your scrapyards aren't doing anything about it. They're just taking them.
Yeah. And the other idea that I love, Jeff, that you did was someone from the media reached out to you, and this may have started this whole thing to tumble forward.
Yes, as a matter of fact, it did. The local TV station here wanted to do a story on the stolen catalytic converters and how out of hand it's gotten. And we got into that, and then we had got a hold of the sheriff's department, and they decided, hey, this is a pretty good idea. Why don't we do this orange paint thing? And then they came up with the stencil thing on their own, and it just kind of grew from there. So now we have, I think, a half a dozen shops here in town here recently that just signed on with us as well.
And when you say signed on with you, Jeff, explain that piece.
To install the stencil and paint it with the orange paint.
So signed on with the sheriff department's program as an authorized shop to do that.
Yes, that's what I meant. Yes.
So let's assume we're talking to everyone throughout the country. There's a couple of steps that we would want to consider. Reach out to the sheriff's department, number one. Number two, reach out to the local media and says, have we got a story for you?
Yes. You know, a lot of the manufacturers, like out of the Oregon, the state of Oregon now, it must have a catalytic converter. There's a scrap guy comes here from Oregon to purchase them, but it must have a printout with a sticker of the VIN number on each catalytic converter that he has in the back of his truck, and the shop he received it from. And then he has to write them a check that can't be cashed for 72 hours. That is Oregon state law, something they just came up with here recently.
So I think across the nation, right, Carm, they're really looking at this being a national problem, and that we need to do something together to fix it. And shops in a community do really well when they combine together. It's not about being a competitor. It's about being an ally in the same community.
Yeah, smart. Now, I remember doing an episode with someone that has a converter shield.
Yes.
That goes up. Do you think that's just as effective?
No, it's not, because typically what the thief does is they have a battery operated Sawzall, and they'll get up in there and they can cut that shield out of there pretty easy. U-Haul tried that for a while, and they made them out of rebar, and there was just a couple of little pieces of rebar had to be cut, and you could slip it right through the rebar.
Got it. Well, I love it. It's community. It's being proactive. You know, when you said the word insurance company, it's one of the things I think about a lot, is that they really have a lot of power to probably make things happen, and especially based on the cost. Is would a converter be, if I lost my converter, is a converter covered under comprehensive by any chance?
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
But why do
Usually,
they want
yes.
to keep paying for them, right? Why do they want to buy them
Exactly. Yes.
if it can be preventable?
Right. Sure.
Wow, that's really cool. So another thing, when I put my sales hat on, and I'm not selling this as much as I am showing my customer, I so care about you and your car and hassles of life by having something stolen, and then the whole world rewinds while you get this thing fixed and dealing with the insurance company. Just let us do this for you. And if it's you who brings that solution to them, they got to love you for it.
Yeah, they seem to really wonder, why do you care so much about my catalytic converter? And we say, we care about you, and we don't want to see your catalytic converter get stolen and have to buy a new one.
Well, and it shows automotive shops are taking part to make the community better. We care about people. We are people. We're locals that live in the community, and we care about you. And Carm, that's been a part of our brand since we were around for the last 18 years. We were giving in the community before it was popular.
Yeah. Well, hey, let's talk about the fact that today this is being aired, and we're all together at the Napa Expo. I know you're doing some training there, right, Shari?
Yeah, I mean, I can be in two places at once, like I really can. Oh, yes, I am. My class is uncovering the leader in you and finding out, having better self-awareness of how you really do show up and how that style impacts your team.
Wow, cool. And I'm moderating two panels
Yes.
on Tuesday and two panels on Wednesday, actually, on some really great topics. And so we're really excited to see you again. And I remember for the first time, didn't you meet my daughter Tracy at the Women in Auto Care?
I did. I have my Women in Auto Care shirt on today.
See,
Yes, I
very
met her
good.
there.
Yeah. And
Fantastic association in our industry.
she remembers that. So, hey, thanks guys for coming on. And I can't wait to see inside of your great shop. And let's do this great virtual tour. And we'll get ready to start the video. And please, guys, just chime in and tell us what you see.
Okay, so this is the front of our shop, and we tend to be double parked because one of the things we don't have a lot of is parking. So the next door lot, Jeff got a friendship going, a partnership going, and we get to park things there. It's a very busy street. That is our digital sign. You can't see it from that angle that I'm at, but we also used to have a planter right in front. And Jeff said, "Oh my gosh, that's dangerous. People pull in, they pull in fast." So there is no more. They're like right where in the front of that gray car, there was this
Yeah.
big, huge planter. So that's been
Ah,
taken away as well. So
nice.
Jeff really is the master at a lot of the things in the shop. We love the two-story glass windows in the front. It's not what you expect from a shop. You can see he utilizes all of the parking down the side as well. And he's very particular about how clean the lot is and what it looks like from the outside for the customers.
It sure looks like, Jeff, if I drove in there, I wouldn't know where to park.
Well, it's a little busier than normal right now, but we try to keep a little room up in the front and make sure we leave room
Yeah.
for people that are pulling in, but it's been a little tough lately.
Well, I've also seen the guys run out and grab someone's car for them and tell them to go on in, they'll park it.
Nice. I love this. I love this lobby.
So that's Jeff's desk. He sits right under our Napa Auto Care Center sign. And we love plants. And that is into the shop. This is our service advisor area. And because we make it good under the hood, you'll actually notice there are hoods where our guys can make it good underneath.
I love it. Hey,
Yeah.
let me ask you a question about this. Did you build this? Did you buy this and retrofit it, the building?
We bought it and put $250,000 into retrofitting it. Those glass walls were not there. They were just, you couldn't see through them. And it used to be a Latino nightclub. All of the windows in the front were broken. And I remember Jeff said, we like transparent business. I want windows. And I went, no, it's not a shop. And he said, yes. And he was right.
Yeah, he
So
was right.
the
It's just,
customers love it.
it's gorgeous. It's so open and airy. And you're not afraid to hide anything. This is what we do.
That's right.
Yep. That's what he said. He said, "You talk to me about transparent business. This is transparent business." I said, "Okay, you're right." And the customers love it. They stand there and they watch. Then the customer waiting area is down this way, and they walk past all of our ASC certifications. We are a Blue Seal shop, one of the only Blue Seal shops in Nevada, and we are Gold certified with Napa. We're
Nice.
also High Rail certified, so we're the only shop that can work on railroad trucks and equipment as well. We've been featured by Ratchet and Wrench. We had a gal that was with us for a while. Then she won Administrator of the Year. And then they featured our shop because look, we have a pool table. People actually come in and play. Our employees will show up at 7 o'clock so they can have a game. We have a little dartboard.
I think the pool table is the coolest idea ever. It's the first time in 115 weeks I've never seen gamemanship as much as I have here.
It's a gaming town, right?
Oh, I love it.
We have shuffleboard, my favorite.
I love it.
And then we also rate nice couches. The little cars you see around, our customers are starting to bring us, and they're collection cars. And so that kind of started from customers. There's a little game for kids. We give away soda, popcorn, snacks, coffee. We want customers to be able to sit down and be comfortable. And we've had reviews where customers say it's like sitting at home waiting for my car. I loved it.
How many waiters today, guys? I mean, is it minimal?
It usually is very minimal. Sometimes 2, maybe 3 a day, and that's it.
Okay, but it's so inviting. It is so luxurious. And I mean, that's got to rate high, even though they may not use it, right?
Yes. And then with the catalytic converter program as well, we've had some waiters with that. We'll have, so it seems like we've been doing about a half dozen of those per day.
So this is our girls' bathroom, and we still have a few more pictures to put on the wall, but we have some important things, right? Like she believed she could, so she did. And this is a cool add-on that we have. Ladies, did you forget we didn't? Take a look in the top drawer. So they know that we're thinking about their comfort and them, something we don't see in a lot of shops. And then the men's room's in there where Jeff is, but we all know what that looks like. He said, forget it, let's go in the shop. But we got cool pictures up there. This is our Hunter alignment machine and our 4-post. Those are the things that are at the front. We do have a shelf over here. We keep minimal. I think Jeff made a great decision. He said minimal inventory. Napa is just a couple blocks down the street. And occasionally he'll actually say, I need to go for a walk. I'll go get that part just to give himself some fresh air. And then this is our newest employee's toolbox. It looks like an apartment complex. We have all of the latest and greatest tire equipment. We even have, you can see back there, it is a diagnostic machine that is top of the line. So Jeff is really good about keeping the best equipment around.
Let me ask you a question about being in the tire business. Are you guys satisfied with your share?
It is more of a, I would say, convenience for our customers than it is a profit maker for us. I want to be able to be their one-stop shop.
Okay.
Nothing worse than saying, hey, you're going to be needing tires, and next time you get your oil changed, we got to do your brakes too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they go to the tire shop and they come back and say, I let them go ahead and fix my brakes.
Yeah. Yep. Is that a double stacker right there?
That is a oil furnace.
No, I'm talking about the cars. It looked like cars were double stacked there.
Yeah, I think the other one we're waiting on a part, so he pulled another one under it.
Yeah.
They're very efficient about how we use our shop space, and our technicians work together well. This is our employee bathroom. And it has a little area where they can change and keep their uniforms and throw their duty uniforms. There's a place for them to keep in the cupboards anything they want. Of course, we've got all the first aid things there.
Nice.
It's nice and roomy. We keep it clean. And then around the corner, Jeff designed the shop, and he put like our air compressor there and all of our oils. Honey, if you want to speak to that.
No, go ahead.
Oh, you're so
doing
cute.
Great.
Oh, well, it's just a great place to stack things, to use space that isn't used. These are all of our flush machines that we use. It's right in the middle of the shop, so it's convenient. And then we have stations set up for every employee that has a work table. Oh, there's Alicia. She cleans our shop and helps out in a lot of ways with Jeff. So she's a shop assistant. And every guy has the ability to spread out and have room. Now, where you see the walls that aren't painted, we just broke out a wall. This was a warehouse that was stock full with huge shelves and everything. And we combined it down, Jeff did, and Alicia, into this one little room where we keep our extra stock. And it is actually a Connex box. Jeff cut a hole in the building, attached the Connex box, sealed it. And so this whole area, these 2 lifts that you see right here, brand new. That's a secondary air condenser. What is that again?
Air compressor.
Compressor. That was the word I couldn't think of. I love you. Thank you. Yes, air compressor. And so that whole space and that door are now usable. So we have 2 more lifts. And we all know that depending on the amount that you believe you can get done off of lift, which depends on your labor rate, right? We can get about 40,000 off of each lift per month. So that's really cool for us that we can do that. And then in that door is where we do the smog check. So we are 1G, 2G, and then that's cute, Shari. I'm showing you the energy efficient energy logic. So we have 2 of those heaters that Jeff purchased, and we actually reduce our carbon footprint. So we take responsibility for being in this industry, and then we work to go green. And so that also is a huge industrial fan that blows either heat
There's 2
down
of those.
or cooler down if there's one on the other side of the shop. So Jeff works hard to manage bright lighting, a cool environment or a warm environment, depending on the season, because we know when our technicians are comfortable that they perform better. See, you can see that whole wall was taken out. And actually, when you go to this way, there's a whole wall there, because right where you're looking, that whole area where we're going up went all the way through the shop. So Jeff had to take that out so we could get that whole area. Otherwise, that area you're looking at now would not be possible. So
I
we
see.
took an upstairs, like big balcony that we're standing on out. And you can actually stand on that balcony. See how there's a balcony in the whole half the place. And it's a nice place to observe what's going on, maybe give a shout out over the wall if something's happening. We store some extra things up there. And the really cool thing is that's where we have extra equipment. Everybody signs out and takes, and we've got a bathroom right there. And then this is our kitchen. This is something that's unique to us. Hunter is snagging something to eat. He's hungry. And our technicians do that. They'll come in again, 6:37 in the morning, so they can eat breakfast, play pool, and then they're ready for work. I'm like, hi, Hunter. Hi. And we don't mind. And we feed them lunch every day. So we pay somebody to shop for it, make it, serve it, and clean it up. That's where we eat with the technicians. And then it's also where Jeff does training on the videos there, the TV screens. So we've got a couple of them, and we've got a whiteboard on the wall. And you can see that. So that's our setup for everybody. And then we've still got this big space. We thought of like putting a board table there, all kinds of different things. But the fun part about our shop is every July 4th, which is our anniversary for opening the shop. If you look just past that sign, that's where the Nugget is, and we get to watch a fireworks show. And then
Got it.
Jason Rainey loves our shop because he likes standing right here. He came and he just stood here. He goes, oh my gosh, I love the shop. I can see the whole
Yeah.
shop. I can
Yeah.
see everybody.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of neat. We pretty much do the dinner bell, ding, 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 lunchtime, and everybody comes up for lunch.
I love it. What a great place to work and have fun while you're doing it.
So Jeff won't
Thank
tell
you.
you this, Carm,
What
but
is
our
it?
employees always
Yeah.
tell him, you're the best boss I've ever worked for. I know you care about me, you take care of me, and I want to take care of you.
We do have good relations.
Wow. I mean, God, that's the ultimate compliment, Jeff.
It is.
You got a big heart, huh?
I guess I just got to make sure I keep it inside, and don't let it get torn out.
I help him with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
From behind the scenes, though. From
Yeah.
behind the scenes.
Of course,
I haven't been in the
Sure.
shop really, Carm, for probably 6, 7 years, 8 years now. A while. He
Yeah, wow.
does it all.
It
We talk at
has.
home and that, and I'll
Yeah.
go in occasionally, and he asks, and we work together. But it's a great partnership. And now Jeff is working towards his retirement too. So hopefully, in the next year, he is not in the shop as much as he is now.
That would
I
be
would-
nice.
I would love to do an interview on actually how you're doing that, because there are so many, Jeff, in your exact position. Husband and wife working together. She may not be as involved anymore because that was the experiment, and now you're attempting to do it. But There's got to be some solid plans behind something like that. And it just doesn't happen by twitching your nose or clicking your fingers.
I
You
know
got to
you're
have
right.
a serious plan around it. And if you
Mhm.
ever want to come on and share it with us so other people can learn from it, we'd love to hear it.
Thank you.
Wow.
That's what the industry is about, right? There's no such thing as
No.
stealing. It's all about sharing.
It's all
Yeah.
about sharing, and there's no, you rip off and duplicate someone's idea, and it ends up becoming yours because you put your own twist and your own flavor, your own environment, your own team, your own place, your own. You can never duplicate someone identical.
That's true. However, that's a good thing. You know, there's good and bad to everything. And as the advocate for right to repair in Nevada, one of the things that keeps our voice quieter on Capitol Hill and allows the dealerships and manufacturers to be louder with 25% of the number of people that they have in their industry versus us is our independence. So I think we can help each other as an industry. And I know that Jeff and I really do this with our business development group for Napa is really stand strong and how stronger we are together. That it's not, we have 150 or more shops in our town. There are 13 shops in our business development group. And so it's important for us to realize how we need to come together so that we can protect and advocate for our industry.
So well said. Thank you so much for bringing that up. I think independence is great for us and sometimes bad, and finding unity amongst the people, realizing that we're all working together for the same cause, and especially right to repair. What a great umbrella that is to bring people together.
Mhm.
Well, this was great. Thank you so much for coming on. This will be repurposed as a podcast this coming Saturday. Find it on any and all of your podcast listening apps, and of course on my YouTube channel. Jeff, Shari, Pheasant, A1 Master Mechanic, Reno. What did I say?
You
Did I
said
say
A1.
something?
People do that though. It's like
Oh, I
we're
did
number
say
one,
A1. I'm
but it's
sorry.
A
Yeah.
master
That's
mechanic.
real
A Master
natural.
Mechanic. Wow,
Yes.
I was thinking of steak sauce. I apologize.
We
A
are steak.
Master.
We are the filet. Yes.
Hey, Master Mechanic, Reno, Nevada, and president of the Napa Development Group, and Shari from ShariPheasant.com, Horsepower Strategies. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank
Carm,
you,
thank you,
Carm.
and Tracy. You all have changed our industry. We appreciate the honor of being here and being a part of keeping everyone together to learn from each other. So thank you for what you do.
Thank you.
Yes.
Honor.